It's March 26, 2010. I'm calling the Attorney General's helper, Rick Valencia, 628-6504. See if I can get in touch with him today. I'm returning his call now. Now we're playing phone tag.
Good morning, Attorney General's office.
Hello, is Rick Valencia available?
Can you tell him who's calling?
Yes, you may. It's Aaron Ray.
One moment. Hello, Special Agent Valencia.
Hello, Special Agent Valencia. This is Aaron Ray.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to schedule an appointment to get some witnesses interviewed, and one of them's leaving town in less than a week.
Well, we don't do that, sir. What is it that I can help you with, though?
Well, I was pointed to your office, and they said that you guys help with corruption involving local government.
Right, but we don't schedule for witness interviews, though, sir.
Well, then how do you get information from the witnesses?
Well, let me ask you this: what is it that you're alleging, sir? Let me start there.
Oh, let's see. Tampering with the public record, obstructing a criminal investigation by threats and intimidation to cause bodily harm, using threats of force of an unlawful imprisonment under the guise of harassment, also under the guise of criminal trespass. Let's see.
Who is this directed at?
Local law enforcement. See, that's why I don't want. You'll have to forgive me, but after what I've been through, I'm not very comfortable talking about this unless it's fully documented, like I had to sit down in your office at a table with your recorder going, because what happened to me is they twist what I said and misrepresent facts, which is also obstructing to close out their investigations, and I just really want to get this all on the record without getting too much into it on the phone. That way it's...
Okay, well, you're talking about law enforcement. Who in particular? The Tucson Police Department, the Sheriff's Department? Who is it that you're referring to?
Well, I did take a complaint to the TPD, and they sent me out of there. They also obstructed. So, yeah, we can include them, too. We include the sheriffs, the county attorney, the TPD, Ramon Valadez, Barbara Lawal, and Sheriff Dupnik. All the chiefs. Yeah, we got them all on the purge of oath of office pretty much, too. But I'm after the criminal aspects. Tampering with the public record is a no-no.
Yeah, no. Okay, well, what are they doing that they're tampering with the public record?
They're lying in the public record.
Relative to what, sir?
Relative to lies instead of facts in a report, and I can prove it with the audio of their own 911 call they maintained, and I can prove it with the transcript, and I can prove it with my witness, one of them. And in fact, they don't even want to interview my witness because I can prove so much, and they'll have to arrest each other down there.
Okay, who did you speak with at Tucson Police Department?
I'd have to dig out my cards, but I'm going to take it back to them because they have jurisdiction over another issue involved related to this case. But
do you live in the county or the city, sir?
I live in the county.
Who'd you speak with at the county that you say you talk to them?
Well, I'm really not comfortable getting all into this. If you hear me,
well, here's the situation that we face, sir. We do a lot of gathering of information over the telephone before we ask anybody to come in. Because of the situation that we're in, I am the only agent in the office, and before I can make an assessment of whether or not your allegations have merit or there is foundation for what you're alleging, I'd like to get as much information over the phone.
Okay, well, my allegations do have merit, but if you're going to start gathering the local law enforcement's evidence that's misrepresented, you're going to look at it and probably not understand what's going on and think I'm the crazy lunatic instead of them. And so that's why I have all the evidence. You don't need to call anybody. I got what you need to see. You need to meet with me and my witnesses.
Were you arrested by one of these agencies, sir?
Absolutely not. I was a victim in a crime, and that's one of the questions like internal affairs ask. Oh, are you a victim or a suspect? That what the heck does that got to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything.
Well, yes, it does, because if you were a victim, then there's reason for for concern. If you were the suspect, then what is the basis of your allegation?
You know, I'm mistaken. You're right. That sounds on point. But I was looking at it a different way. But
right.
You're right there.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to get at, sir. Is if you're alleging that there was misconduct involving the local law enforcement, and your allegation is that they tried to cover it up,
absolutely,
and we have no jurisdiction in that unless the county attorney or the agency refers it back to us.
Oh, the county attorney just referred it to you.
No, I'm not aware of any of that case.
Okay, well,
and when was it referred?
About less than 2 weeks ago. Well, that's what they told me. I got threatened with unlawful imprisonment. I was trying to take evidence and testimony, make an appointment with Barbara Lois. I was escorted down the elevators by a couple of their armed guys, and threatened. I was told a story. If I'm not wanted somewhere, I'll be probably trespassing. And then they very quickly asked me to leave, and I knew where that was going. So basically, they set me up for failure, and that was a public building, and I was trying to relay information of evidence and testimony, and the obstructing statute says they can't delay that, or it's Class 5 felony.
Well, in the context of what you're reading to me, sir, I need to review those facts. But before we go to that, get to that juncture, I need to get a hold of the county attorney to find out what exactly they have referred to us.
Well, see,
and if it was referred, you say it was referred 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, you contact Ken James. That's the guy that obstructed. And
Ken James?
Yeah, and he sent 2 of his goons down, that's how I'm going to put it, to stop me from getting to Barbara Lois' secretary and make an appointment. And then they made me leave and wouldn't take any more of my evidence or testimony. So.
Okay. All right. Well,
I about had it with that kind of block wall stuff. These guys take an oath of office, and they got to honor that oath. And if they try to claim conflict of interest, they need to look at what they're taking an oath to protect. It's the rights of the people, not their government buddies.
Group, Mr. Ray?
Excuse me, pardon me?
Are you representing a group?
Well, we the people.
Okay.
But no, me, I'm a victim, and there's 2 other victims in this case. And actually it's 2 cases. And that's where the letter comes in. They send out obstructing. They standardize a letter, the sheriffs do, and they send it to people to get them to go away. And when they're threatening people with unlawful imprisonment so they don't bring forth evidence.
Okay, who is they? You keep referring to they, Mr. Ray. Who is they? And how are they threatening unlawful imprisonment?
Where's my letter? I'll read it to you. Well, I can know it in my mind. Okay, Lieutenant Sacco of Internal Affairs. That's their lieutenant.
Who, sir?
Lieutenant Sacco of the Pima County Sheriff's Department Internal Affairs.
Okay. After
2 people, one in my case and one in another case, sent in a complaint, they very quickly got a misrepresenting letter from Lieutenant Sacco saying that trying to correct them is abuse, trying to correct the sheriffs is abusive and harassing. So accordingly, they're not going to take any more paperwork. So what she's saying in a roundabout way, and I've been in a case with threats and intimidation in front of Judge Castillo, and that's how the victim views it, and that's me, and that's them. And we view that very clearly as Title 13 threats and intimidation to cause bodily harm by way of handcuffs associated with the unlawful imprisonment under the guise of harassment. And of course, it's not harassment to try to get them to do their job and correct their willful misrepresented statements, which is also obstructing per the statutory authority.